Boom. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas from Typeform over here. It's 11:04 in San Francisco. 9 hours later in Barcelona. So we're a bit late. We had some technical difficulties, and this is probably the reason why you can't see the face of my guest, but she is here for this special event, and I'm very pleased to have her around. Please welcome Vanessa.
Hi there.
Yes. I'm sure you're waving on the screen. I can.
Yeah, I am waving. Sorry, everyone. I don't have the video. Technical problems, of course, but hopefully we'll still be able to do a cool demo.
Yes. So this is really the interesting. So this is the first time we are live on both YouTube and on Twitch. So we're trying to expand the network. We're starting to expand the reach, and it's also the first time we have a guest. So I'm very glad that we're able to do this together with Vanessa. We worked together in the past, and she's now working at a new company that does a lot of cool stuff, and we wanted to hack something together. So why not get started by telling us a bit more about what we're going to build today? Please send us some comments if you have some comments. Thank you, Francois. Thank you, Ramon, for being here. Let us know if you don't hear us properly, and if there's any question about what we're doing. Yeah, Vanessa, tell us more about who you are, what you do, and what we're going to hack today.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Vanessa, and I'm Stackbit's product manager. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Stackbit, we are a tool for content editors and publishers and developers to collaborate on Jamstack sites, right? And we are agnostic to technology, so you can bring your own Jamstack site, no matter if that's, like if you're using Gatsby or Next.js or Hugo or any other static site generators. And then if you're using for headless CMS such as Contentful or Sanity or things like that, you can bring anything you have, and then just we provide awesome tools to collaborate. And today what we want to showcase, it's like this use case. Imagine that you have an e-commerce platform, right? And you're using, it's a Jamstack site, of course, and you want to add reviews to your product pages. So you can do that with Typeform, and you can have your content stored on Contentful, edit from Stackbit, and just manage all the reviews from Typeform. And that's what we want to show today.
Yes, that's awesome. And so if you're not familiar with the Jamstack, I think this is like a whole revolution on how people are building websites right now. But the whole idea that your website is actually static now in terms of how it renders and how it's stored. Like this, it loads faster, right? That's more or less why it's interesting to have a Jamstack website.
Yeah. It's more scalable and performant, easier to manage.
Awesome. So why don't you show us how Stackbit look like and how we can get started?
Sure. Yeah. So this is I'm logged in Stackbit, and as I said, you can bring your own project or you can create a new one. For the purpose of this exercise, I'm just gonna create a new project with the Stackbit, and I'll walk you through the process. So basically, we have some built-in themes. And depending on the purpose of your website, you can choose one of the other. I'm just going to choose a vanilla template, something really light to get started with. And I'm going to choose as my static site generator, I'm going to use Gatsby. I have everything on GitHub. That's not needed for the demo. And as Headless CMS, I'm going to choose Contentful. So this is where we're going to store our content. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I don't have, let me go to Contentful, and let me see what's going on here. I may have to, oh, okay, I'm not using the right account. So let me use a different account. Sorry about that. There we go. this
So
account.
yeah. So Contentful is where we're gonna store the data related to our store, and this is where we're gonna leave like the images, the content, everything that's the product page, all the stuff.
Yep.
And then Gatsby, it's what's is like the engine in the middle that's gonna render it and organizing in pages, right?
Yep, correct. Okay, so now I'm linked to the right Contentful account, and what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna click on create a site, and Stackbit is right now creating, like all of these different assets in the different places. So it's gonna create a space in Contentful to manage all of my content from there, and it's gonna configure Stackbit so I can edit and build the website from there. It's also going to prepare a live preview. So after this process finishes, I'm going to have a live site that it's going to be publicly accessible. And it's also,
So what usually will have taken a developer to do this, getting into their terminal, downloading everything, uploading somewhere, connecting all the bits together. This is all done for us.
Yeah, and as it says in our marketing, it usually takes 60 seconds. The world record is 32. It's probably going to take more than 32 right now, but we're almost done.
I'm sure someone has a clicker on the side and look at this.
Yeah.
So as this gets created, I think if we head over to Contentful, we should see.
Yeah. So now, like this is our site that we are creating. The live preview is still being prepared, so it's not accessible yet. And if we head to Contentful and refresh the page, you'll see that we have a new space that has been created, right? Which is there we go. Okay. So to show you how this is connected, like imagine that this is our website and these are our blog posts. As you can see, you can highlight things and you can change titles. Whoops. Okay. Do I want to edit? I mean, I'm not doing a very, this is my product description. And right now, because I just created this from a template, this is labeled as posts, right? So if I go to Contentful, I have one type of content that is post. I'm going to rename it so it's easier. I'm going to rename it as product. So we're going to treat this as product for our e-commerce site, right? And then if I go to content, oops, save changes. Thank you for reminding me. If I go to content, and I filter products, I should have like these 3 products that I have in here, right? So I can either make changes here, and when I publish the changes, I see them happening in Stackbit, right?
Yeah, that's very fast, and it goes both ways, right? So
Right.
you can use Contentful to manage your content, and it gets updated directly into your website on Stackbit. But you can also edit it on Stackbit, and the changes that you do visually through this like WYSIWYG type of interface will be reflected on your CMS.
Yeah. So now that it's been changed here, when we go to the description, we see it's updated in here.
And this is almost real time, right? There's no latency.
When we were preparing the demo, there was one time where I was still typing and Nico is like, oh, it updated already.
So that's great, like for collaboration between the content team and the developers that are building the website. Like everybody works on the same type of data, and it gets updated very quickly.
Yeah, and one thing, so let me say, like headless CMSs, like sometimes we get asked, how are you different from headless CMSs, right? So headless CMS, it's all about like content models and organizing your content in a way that then it's retrievable and it's easy to utilize on your different assets, right? But then on Stackbit, you get a preview. So content creators and publishers, when they're working on a headless CMS, they don't get the preview. So they don't actually see how the content looks like. And that's what you can do in Stackbit, basically. Anyway, so we've defined, like our product. So we have in our content model, we have a product, and we said we want to add reviews. So why don't we get started adding the review object?
Yes.
Okay.
Show us how.
Yeah. So head to Contentful, right? Go to add content type, and said it's gonna be a review. Product reviews. And now we have to define what fields this review is going to have. So it's going to have a name of the person that leaves the review.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have a message, which I'm going to make a long text. And I also want it to have a rating.
Yeah, so that's like usually the typical 4 stars, 5 stars.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to save those changes. And now what we want is we have the review. We want to reference this from the product object. So you're going to say something?
No. It's exactly this. So like in a product can have multiple reviews, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm going to add a field. It's going to be a reference because it's an object that we already created. And what you were saying is like just allow many references.
Mm-hmm.
Review. Perfect. Okay. So now,
yeah. So if so I think now the thing that we can show is that how we can do that manually now, right? Or how we can display those reviews in Stackbit, was it?
Yeah. So now we could either create a new review and see how to display it in Stackbit, because now, so we have created the new object review, and we have referenced it from the products on Contentful, but none of that is still reflected in here. If I go to my product, I'm still not able to see any reviews or anything, right? So first, we want to be able to utilize these reviews, but also we don't have any specific review. So maybe one thing we can do is go to a product and actually add a review. And then we'll show it on Stackbit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go to this is my product. And now I have the review section that we just added. And I'm just going to add a new one. So we have some content to show.
Please give it a 5-star.
And oops, I'm going to give it a 5-star. Okay, I'm going to publish to make sure that this becomes available. And if I go to reviews now, I should see it. Just verifying. Okay, perfect.
Published.
So now, when you go to Stackbit, the easiest, there are many ways in which you can add new objects, but one of the easiest ways is like just go to the place where you want to add the reviews, and you can hit on code, and you should see the code corresponding to this page, right? So
so you have a code editor directly in there, so no need to have the code locally git clone and anything like this, right?
Yeah, so you can both, like work locally, but depending on, like the type of changes, if you don't want to go like full blown, like develop locally, you can just like access the code from here. And then you can do also like visual editing more for like content creators and editors. So I'm just going to do a small test to make sure that I'm adding, that I'm adding it where I want to add it. It's actually not showing, so probably I'm not doing it in the right place.
Yeah, I think it's going to be might be on the post.js, right?
Yeah. Let me see.
So you're in the advanced.
There we go. Oh. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, found it. Perfect. So I have my code prepared here. I'm just going to copy and paste for the demo. And this is, let's see. Awesome. So what I did here basically is like use a new object, and those are the fields that we define in our content model, right? And because there's one review for this specific product, it already appears here.
Yeah. So what Stackbit did is, as it's connected to the CMS, it gets the latest state of the content, and it knew that now it has a review object that has been added, and it was just a matter for us to add the code for it. And so on the line 42, I think this is what you have, where it's like page context dot front matter dot review. This is where we take it from the content object that we receive, and then for each object we are now describing what it has. Yep. And so this is live already, or do you have to do anything to?
Good question. So we haven't checked out the live site yet. So let's go see the live site and see what happens. So this is my website with the content, right? And if I go to the product, it's still not showing here. And the reason why is because I haven't published the changes yet. So if you can see, the publish button is in orange, meaning, like there are some unpublished changes. So if I hit unpublish, now everything should be pushed to production, and when it finishes, it'll be blue again, and hopefully we'll be able to see the changes in the live site. And if you go to the live site, you also have like this deploy widget where you can check the status, so you know if the content is updated and if the deploy is going on as it is right now, or what's the status.
And this is, it's only me that sees this, right? Not my user's not going to see this.
Yes, it's only you as an owner or collaborator of this project when you are logged in Stackbit. Then if you go to the live site, you'll see this, and yeah, your users won't be able to see this.
Okay, cool.
Feel. Exactly. Okay, well, it's taking its time deploying the website.
Oh, actually, we didn't say, but like I see it has a Netlify URL. That's something we haven't talked about. Like, where is the website deployed?
Yeah, so by default, Stackbit will deploy on Netlify. We also have integrations with Azure and with DigitalOcean. And if you go to settings, the project settings, you'll see, like in this case, it's in Netlify. And in this case, I haven't claimed my project on Netlify, but like by claiming this, you log in with your credentials on Netlify, and you can see the logs in there. And if not, you can also check the logs in here. But like or if you want to use other Netlify features, we have like integration with them. So by claiming the project, that's what it enables you to.
So I really have nothing to do, right? Everything is done for me.
Yeah.
The hosting of the website, content. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I refreshed, it finished, and now I have my reviews.
Okay.
So what's next? So what happens now? We have created the model. We have linked it to the product, and we are showing the newly created reviews from Stackbit, but we have a little problem still to fix, which is like we want to let people write reviews, leave them on the website, and connect that to our website so they get published. And we're going to do that with Typeform, right?
Yes. It's kind of unfair otherwise if only the admin of your own product website can post reviews. I don't think it's fair. We want our customers to post reviews. So let me take this over, and I'll be sharing my screen.
Okay.
And so I'm going to show you something that you all should be familiar if you've done Typeform before. But this is my workspace where I have all the forms that I've been using over the different Hack Together shows. This is a third. So far, we've been quite reasonable with the usage of the Typeform. But let's create a new form, and this is going to be a review form. So what we want is asking the users to fill up the fields that we have defined on Contentful. So let's call this product review, and we're gonna ask, how should we call you? So like this, we get the name of the user. We will we'll make this a short text. We are also gonna ask them to leave us a rating. No, rating, I misread rating and ranking. Rating here. And so here you have the really nice UI with the stars. So how would you rate? And we can define how many, like the scale. So let's say from 1 to 5. And here, it would be interesting if we were able to make this dynamic, because I can create a form for each product. So I would say, what are we selling? We can say, how would you rate this t-shirt? But that would be cumbersome to create a new form every single time. So what I could do here, I can take advantage of the hidden fields. And like this, I will pass the product name as a variable to my form, and it will become dynamic. So let's just do this right now. Let's go in Logic, Advanced. Let me zoom into it. It's clear. We go to hidden field, and here we're going to call this product name. And so what it does now, here, I will have access to product name. And so I can replace product name by anything. So it would be, how would you rate this experience? How would you rate this t-shirt? How would you rate all the other stuff? And then finally, I will ask for any comments. And now I can make it even more personal. So I could leave it like any comments and leave it like this. But as we try to make something a bit more personal, I would be like, so the name of the person, why did you give this? And so it will make it with the name of the person. If we test this out, and I'm going to get rid of this layout, I'm just going to give it plain. And so if we test this out, we are getting our link here. You see that we have at the end of the URL, we have the product name. So it's a t-shirt. And so I can say, hey, how would we call you? How would you rate t-shirt? So Nico, why did you give 4? And like this. That's really all we need to do on the Typeform side in terms of how the form is going to look like. Let me make it look a bit more pretty. Like I have a bunch of themes that are here, so I can just like pick a theme that I like. But this one should be fine. Yeah, so that's it. Now we have a form that looks like this. But if we post a review to this, so if I refresh this, Nico, number 4, it was awesome. And I submit this. Right now, the responses are stuck into Typeform, right? They only exist in Typeform. So the next thing we have to do now is to connect. No, actually, the first thing you need to do is to add a link into Stackbit. Making sure that people get to see this link and opening up. But just to show you how it looks like on Typeform, this is where the data goes. So let me refresh Stackbit. I should see your new project. Did you invite me? No, you have to invite me to this project.
You may have to accept the invitation.
It has to be in by email. Okay, so let me not share my emails. Open my email address.
Yeah, so what I did is, because I just created the project for the demo, while Nico was creating the form, I invited him. So now we can both collaborate on the project, and he should get access through an email. Hopefully he got it.
I don't see it. I know it takes time to send emails sometimes. Let me double check between different accounts. No, I don't see it.
Do you want me to send it to a different account?
No, let me check spam. I don't think it should be in spam, but no, it's.
Oh, it's my fault. Sorry, typo.
Okay, so I just showing you screen so people can see how you can collaborate and invite people. Really, it's simple as adding an email address.
Go share, yeah. So look at the Gmail. Okay, now I'm doing Gmail this time.
Okay. All right, so now I should have received an email. Ali, somewhere. That's funny. Now I'm like refreshing all the different tabs on Gmail. Is it going to go in update? Is it going to go in promotion? I don't know. I still hasn't received it, but I'm sure it's there. Let's see if I refresh directly my dashboard. No, I don't see it in the dashboard. Invitation to collaborate.
Okay.
All right, so now I can share this. So this is the email I have received. Vanessa has invited me to collaborate, and I just have to accept. I have some limitations on the tracking. This is why you saw this error. Otherwise, everything works fine. And so now, if I go to my dashboard, I should see this new, exactly, our awesome e-commerce site. Okay, so now the next part is, as we said, adding a link to make this product, to add the Typeform. And maybe what we can do, I don't know what you think, but maybe we can try to come up with real products.
Sure.
Yes, because I like Latin, but it's not the best. So actually, no. I wanted to. Oh, I don't have what you had earlier.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
You need Contentful permissions to edit.
Yeah, so when because like it's different instances. So you got access to Stackbit, but you also need access to Contentful.
Yes. So this is what you're doing in the back, and I'm showing is like, yeah, you have, if you invite people to collaborate, you should invite them on both platforms so they can change the content, not only change the website, but change the content. And like this also, it's great for people that collaborate in that just want to get the developers to play with the website and how it looks like, and some others that also can mess with content. So no one is missing with the real data.
So I'm not 100% sure how to add you here. Not review. Well, so this is the project. Help me here, Nico.
Okay, space.
This is the space.
Was it in settings? On the top? No, right.
Oh,
this settings. Users.
There we go.
Yes, add users.
Okay.
Oh, invited. Yes. Select space role. What should I be?
Should be an admin.
Boom. That's a lot of responsibility. And so now I can check that I have the right access in Contentful as well. Or maybe there's another email coming up for me to say I have been invited.
So what happened here is that we both had access to Contentful, to the account, but Nicolas still didn't have access to the specific space that we're using in this project.
Yeah, so the thing that I want to do where I can edit the content and make our product description look good was not possible yet. But it's just a matter of time of getting the right access. Let me see. No. I can't
You appear as invited, so
it's yeah, it's an email somewhere that's getting sent. No, you had my name, so I guess you had no typo in the name. I only see 2 spaces. Come on. Okay, can we try this again, maybe? Because there's a way to resend the invite.
I can send to a different.
Yeah, but it has to be.
Listen. It has to be the same.
It has to be the same as the one that I have on Stackbit, no?
Maybe we can wait to resolve this.
Yeah, you can do the changes otherwise.
Oh, I can make the changes. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Which one? Wait, is that the product that we wanted to edit, or without?
Yeah, that could be.
Okay. So what is this going to be?
I think. Do you want to sell some T-shirts, maybe?
Okay, sure.
I know you have some T-shirts. That's why I'm saying this.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do. I have some T-shirts that are about electric vehicles. So let's do this one that I like that says, and over the air. So let's do my car updates T-shirt.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put that it's a T-shirt.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Okay. We probably don't need a date, but since this was previously a post, oops, and it just happened. What did I do? Oh, I'm trying to edit the review. Sorry. Okay, where's
Do you want to add an image? Do you have access to an image?
I don't know if I have the image right now.
Okay, perfect. But I think this is good.
I mean, we haven't edited that much.
No, but I'm still waiting for my Contentful address.
Let me see. I can make them all look like more products. We have an over-the-air for the wind T-shirt. You're not getting the email?
No, still not.
Okay, and since we're gonna pretend, that this is a product that you can buy, right? So I'm gonna, I'm gonna try and edit this. Not here. We don't want a read more. We want a buy.
Yes.
We want to be able to buy these products. Oh boy.
Yes.
What?
No,
I was gonna say maybe, like, so we don't get stuck. What we can do is you can show how to connect because now we have all the reviews in Typeform, right? And we want to be able to send the reviews to Contentful, so our website can grab them from there. So maybe we can show that part.
yeah, I was thinking to put the link first because the link is it was quite basic. I wanted to show how we can pass the data from like we have the product name and pass it to Typeform, but we can do.
Or yeah, another thing we can do is if.
So if you go into if you go to the post page and in the code, we can add the link to the Typeform.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let me share with you this link and so we do it together. So you will do it all because I'm still stuck outside of this.
Okay.
Or actually I can change the code. I have access to change the code, right? Let's see.
Are you gonna share your screen or?
Yeah. So yeah. So we are back here. Let me refresh, but I still don't have access to Contentful, so I'm not able to have the beautiful stuff you have. But now we have at least some product description. And so now if I go to the code, do I need access to Contentful as well?
It's possible that like it's the code, but it also has the content, and because it's not able to synchronize, maybe it's not rendering it correctly. Yeah.
Then maybe it's easier if it's you.
If I do it, yeah.
Okay. So in the code, we're just gonna add a link to our Typeform. And that could be, for example, after review, after the.
Should we put it after the reviews?
Yes.
Okay, so
it's probably line 48 or something. Yeah.
So just like this, or
yeah.
How do we embed this?
So like this, and it's a leave a review. So we should now have a link that says.
Well, why is it? Maybe I want to put a tip.
No, yeah. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's because it has to be inside the other div.
Okay.
I mean, this is not bad.
Well, we're not doing a beautiful website. We're
not designers. This is where we need designers.
Okay.
So you see, but the good thing is you see how it deploys and how it works and how you can update it in real time. So now that you've done this, we would like to pass the variables because for now the product name is like XXX, right? And so what we're gonna have here, we're gonna use, we're gonna change the quotes to be the what is it? The back apostrophe.
The what?
The back apostrophe, is that how you call it?
I don't know.
Let me. I will share this with you.
Okay.
We're going to some copy paste hack under the hood. But at least you see how it works. And hop here. So what we want is to extract the variable from the data we get on Contentful and make this dynamic.
Okay. Is this it?
It was the whole thing, so you can replace the whole link with it.
Oh, the whole link?
Yeah. And without the quotes. Like the whole href stuff.
All of it?
No, just what's in href.
Just inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and remove the again? Yeah. Remove the quotes that are around it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we still have a problem.
Props, yes. And so
This-
props is this.props, yes. Okay, so we have, all right.
Okay, so we have our link here.
Exactly.
And now what we've done is that you're getting the title, right?
Yes. So basically, we got the title in a dynamic way, and if we want to try this, I'll say we can publish it and just click on the link and see if it has the title in the Typeform.
Okay. So let's just publish the changes then.
Yep. And so here we use the syntax that Gatsby provides to put links, extract the data from the content that is loaded on this page, and this is how we access the title using the front matter.
Okay. Let's see. We still are not able to see the new link to leave a review because it's deploying.
And so if you're joining us now, what we do is we have a static website powered by Gatsby that has content on Contentful. This is where we store all the product description, the title, and we are trying to add reviews and using a Typeform for this, while the whole experience about managing your website, doing the changes on the content is happening on Stackbit. And so we just added a link for people to leave reviews. And if it picks up when it's deployed and it has the name of the product, the last thing we'll have to do is then connect Typeform with Contentful.
We almost have it.
Almost have it. Yeah, and this deploying thing is it's scary, but yeah, actually, if you go into the logs, you see all the different instructions and all the things that are going on. So things are happening.
Things are happening. Woo! Success. Boom. Okay, so now we can refresh. There we go.
Leave a review. Bam. And so you see the title in the URL. You can fill up the first question.
This is you, so I'm going to put your name.
And you see that the title has been picked up here, My Car Updates.
Yep. Oh, here as well.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So it makes this whole experience more personal.
Oh.
Okay. So right now, we're still stuck where our reviews are getting posted, but they're getting posted and stored on Typeform. So now we need to build a bridge to connect with Typeform, with Contentful. All right, so let me double check if I haven't received yet a new email to invite me somewhere.
I was gonna check if the new review that I just left appeared.
Yes.
Oh no, it's not gonna appear on Contentful. Sorry, it's gonna appear on Typeform. So you have that.
Yeah, for now it doesn't appear on Contentful, but that's something we're gonna solve in a minute. So let me share my screen. Hop. Hop. Yes. Okay. So we just got the one that you have submitted here. Perfect. And now we have the product name from that is passed depending on the page we're in. And as we updated the template for each page, it goes in all the different pages, the product pages. Okay, so now the thing that we need to do is to connect this form to Contentful. And so to do this, as we want to have this data in real time, we're going to rely on webhooks. And so in our form, we are going to connect webhooks. And if you're not familiar with webhooks, the idea is that every single time someone submits an answer on Typeform, we will ping a server that you own that has some logic code there. And when this server is pinged, what we want to do is add this content to Contentful, link it to the product, and do like treat the payload. And so I have a project example. I and I'm going to paste the link here so you get to see it as well, that you can use specifically to add stuff on Contentful. And I'm gonna it's a small app that you can remix. So you will have it on your own, and you will have your own URL. Let's do this. Peppered Placid Wally-Eye. That's the random name I got. All right. And so Glitch is both an IDE where I can edit the code of this webhook handler, and it has also a way to deploy this code on its own on the server. So now it has giving me a URL that I can use. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this, as we see, there is one route that's like /typeform/webhook. So I'm going to add this here, /typeform/webhook. And that's going to be our webhook. The thing here is red, so it's complaining because of different things. It's complaining because I have here the library to connect to Contentful, but you see that to access it, I need a Contentful token, and these variables haven't been defined. We have here an environment file that should contain all this type of variables. So both a token to connect to Contentful, the name of the space, and the environment. So I will ask Vanessa to do this, as I don't have access to Contentful right now. And
okay,
like create an API token for it, send it to me, the name of the space, or the ID of the space, and the environment.
Okay.
In the meantime, we also have a webhook secret that we can define. And the idea of the webhook secret is for you to make sure that the request that is sent to this webhook comes from Typeform. So it's a security measure. So let's take care of this. So we go here in Typeform, and we can create a secret. The way I do this, usually, I go on random.org, and I get a random.org, and I get a random string. I just use this, but there's probably some better way. All right, I can do this, and what we're gonna do, this is your secret. Whenever we're gonna send data to your server, we are going to sign with this secret, and on your side, you can verify the signature and make sure that it's really coming from us. And this is what we do here in this first line, providing you with an example that already has the verified signature. I don't think it's necessary to go into details into this. So we're going to turn this on. So now every time someone submits a Typeform, this webhook will be triggered. Yes, perfect. And so we can send test data right now and see if we have it triggered. But before this, we need to have the access token stuff, because otherwise the app is not going to load. And I see that you send that to me. So
see, I sent you something. See if that's what you need.
So here, I think that's the space. The environment, I believe. Let me check with the example I had.
Oh, environment. Okay, so
that must be like master.
It's master. It says master. Yep.
Okay, so that's it, master. And now I'm gonna paste the token, but because I don't want you all to see what I do, I'll hide everything from you. Okay. And now it's here. Everything has been set up. And now the app could load, so that's perfect. The first thing we're going to do is this app, really, at the moment. You see I've commented a bunch of stuff, but I just want to show you what it looks like when we receive this payload from Typeform. So let's send a test request. What it does is it takes the structure of your form and replace it with placeholder data. We've seen this in other streams. we see what we send from Typeform. This is the interface you see, and this is what we got from the app back. And then if we go into our logs here, this is confirming that we have received it. So you see the payload. It has the form, it has the definition of the form, and all the different answers for all the different questions. So this is great. Now, what we want to do using the Contentful management API, that's how they call this, we want to create a new review. So this is this line here. And so you have to authenticate into, so they have a really nice SDK in JavaScript where you define the space, you define the environment. And again, this is picking it up from the variables we have defined in our environment files. And we define a new type of entry. And as we've defined the content model that's called review, this is how we do it. And we create different fields, name, message, and rating. And they support multi-languages as well. So if you wanted to translate this in other, or localize it in other languages, you can. For us, right now, we only support the English US version. So this is the one we're going to fill by default. And then here, it's really how we extract from Typeform in the answers the corresponding question. But one thing we miss here is I could have done something, and I've shown you this on other streams, where it would be like answers to the first question in the array, and then show me the text. But if I change the order of the questions, then it's going to mess up the stuff. So this is why we're using a way to reference it by its reference and extract it by the reference. But we haven't defined those references yet on Typeform. So let's look again at the payload, and you will see what I'm talking about. So this is the answer array, and each answer contain the type of the question of the answer, contains a value. Usually, it's the key is the type, as well as some details about the field. So you get the ID, the type of the ID of the field, and a reference. This reference right now, it's really gibberish. You can't really make anything of it, and it doesn't make your code look good. So let's change this. So we go back to create. We go into advanced settings. At the bottom, there is what we call a block reference for developers. This is for you. So we get back here, and we change this to name, rating, and message, right?
Yep.
And so now if we send a new event, so I go to Webhooks, I send a new event, a new test event, you will see that now this reference, instead of being a bunch of random character, it says name, rating, and message. So it makes our code cleaner to extract this. All right. So the thing, actually, that should have worked. As I just sent something, we should have the access token you sent could not be found or invalid.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So because I sent a test request, it has called this part now, and it should have created a new entity, a new entry in Contentful. But it looks like we have some authorization issues.
Let me go check.
I can check if I have got access to this, but still not.
So I'm sharing it with you again, just in case I didn't.
Content, actually, it has to be the content management token.
So I have content delivery and content preview. I don't have content management.
Okay, I guess we're gonna try both. So the one we had tried earlier was the content delivery.
I think so, yeah. Oh, wait. Content management.
Okay, that's why.
That is it.
Yeah. So if you're in your Contentful account, they have different APIs. One to retrieve the data from Contentful, and this is the delivery API, and one to create content, and this is the management API. So depending on which one you use, you will need a different token. And in our case, we are using the management API. So let's update the token.
Let's see if that works.
We updated the token. Let's send again our payload. Payload received, and we should have a new review.
Okay.
So if you don't mind checking.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, you have the lower ipsum one. Perfect. But if you look at this, this review is not linked to any product yet, right?
Yep.
So what we need to do now is to use the data that was passed as a hidden field in Typeform to find the product that has this name. And once we found it, add it and link the things together. So here, I'm just uncommenting some of the stuff that I had. We're using, again, the SDK on this space and on this environment. And they have a way for you to look for entries. And they are of type product, right? They're not a type post.
Their product.
Yes. So we look for something that's product. And we're going to look, it's basically going to do a search. And it's going to search for something that's type product and that has a title that corresponds to what we had pass in the product name, hidden field. And so if we look again in the payload here, in this payload, we have hidden product name and the value that we got. And so for this, we're probably going to need a real data. So for now, we've been using test webhook events. Let's submit a real review. So let's, and actually we can do this from your.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're back into your screen. You click live review.
I'm in the product page. I'm done now. And I didn't like the t-shirt that much. It's not soft enough.
It's okay. I'm sure the return policy is quite generous.
Okay.
Okay, so on this side, we refresh. We see the new event that was sent from the webhook. We see that the hidden field has the name of the product. And now, if we does not exist.
I did. It does show in Contentful.
The entry, yes.
Okay.
Finding the product doesn't work. Interesting. The query was invalid. How so? How so? Let's see. Let's keep it post. Maybe this part hasn't changed. We changed the way it was named, but not the key. Yes, that was it. Okay, so when we change the name of the object in the content model in Contentful, we change it to post to product, but it's just the naming and not really the type in the key. So that was one. So for Contentful, there are still posts. And then we have here products one. It means that there's a product. So now the last part is to do a bit of this. So let me see if I can explain this for you all. So there's different parts. There's this whole part here where now that we found a product, we want to yes. What am I missing? Well, let me uncomment everything. No. Okay. I don't know what those lines were. So now that we have found the product, and we're only going to do this if the product exists, we're going to get the product ID. And now we're going to update this product to add in the review section of this product, in the field called review of this product. It's an array, and we're just going to add a new review to it. Okay. So this is the part now that you're getting familiar with. We get the detail from this entry on Contentful based on the product ID. And once we have it, we check if reviews exist. And if they don't exist, we initialize it. So it has to be an array. And we pick the existing reviews. And if there is no review that has this the same ID as the review we just created, then we add a new one. And this is how you link two things together. You create a link of type entry, and you just pass the ID of the review. And at the end, you update this entry. So in this case, is the product to say, okay, I've made an update. This is the new data from for this product. And right now, if we do this, it won't be published. So it will be in a state where actually, let's do this. So let me send this again, and then we're going to check on Vanessa's screen if the entry has been created.
Let me refresh.
Yes. And as you see, this is in draft. So it means that it's not going to be published on our website yet. And so this is here where you have the choice as the owner of the website, where do you want to do the moderation afterwards? Do you want to do the moderation here? Or do you just want to publish right away?
One thing, so even if you publish it right away on Contentful, it will be published in Stackbit. You will see it when you go to Stackbit, but it won't be published in your live site, because in order to be able to publish it, then you have to hit on publish. So
okay, yes.
Well, exactly. You can decide, depending on your workflow, you can decide where you want to do the review validation, basically.
Yes, that's totally right. And so let me just add the piece here that shows you how to publish an entry. And so we're doing basically what we did earlier. Now that we have the product ID, now that we know the review ID, the last thing that's left for us is just to do entry.publish, and that will publish it. And so if we do that again, we should see a new review coming in from John. And now this review is published.
Should be. It is not published.
I know. Interesting. Why? Let's see this. Product 0. Why? My car updates. Right, that's the one we had. No?
Oh, I may have changed the name.
Ah, that's why then.
Sorry.
If you change the name, okay. So we need to send a new review. That's okay.
Yeah, let's send a new one. Let's do. Should I just send a new one?
Yes, please.
Okay. The day now.
And it has the right title? No. So I think you have to go back to the.
No, this is the right title now.
Oh, that's the right title? Okay, perfect. That's important.
I know. Okay.
So now we should see Jane comment review. Yes.
It's still in draft.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay. For some reason, it hasn't found the product, so that's why. So maybe.
Should I change it back?
No. So what's the? Yes. You know why?
What?
Because you haven't published your changes.
Oh.
And so the URL on the form picks up the old thing.
Okay, so should I just publish the changes?
Yeah, if you publish the changes, it will reflect the changes you made on Contentful, changing the name of this product, right?
Yep.
And then if we refresh the page on the live website, now this is the new product name that has been passed to Typeform. And so now it should, yeah.
Okay, it's still deploying. Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's fun. There's a lot of things that come in the background. As I was doing stuff, I didn't know you were doing other stuff as well. So this is cool.
This is how you collaborate in real life, right? Like people do things without telling you, and then you have to figure out what happened. And
I'm glad it was. We knew what happened. Okay. Well, maybe this is a good time if you have any questions on how that works. If you have any question on how to do those things, we're an hour in and we're almost done. I will say, this is a good time for you all, both on YouTube or on Twitch. Let us know.
Deploy. Are things happening? Things are happening.
Yeah. There's someone working hard for this. Yeah, thanks. We got a comment that says there's a lot of things to explore. Yeah, this is probably a bit beyond a typical Typeform use case, but it's cool to see how you can connect things together and how you make those static websites a bit more interactive and how the data is floating between all these different places.
Okay.
All right, refresh. So it has a new product title. Perfect. So now the link should also have it. Yes.
Okay.
So you will have to find another name. Or Jane, I can. Okay.
No, let's the mic. I'm lazy at this one.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no. So yeah, red entry published. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it has been published. And so if you go to Stackbit now, we should see the new review.
Mike's review.
And if we refresh the website, we don't see it yet.
We don't see it yet because we have unpublished change. It is publishing. It actually triggered the publishing.
Yes, and that's the cool stuff is like it can trigger the publishing on its own when it detects a change on Contentful. But that's pretty much what we wanted to achieve, right? Now you have a dynamic, beautiful form to push reviews and display those reviews on your static website.
Yep. I mean, the form is beautiful. The product page, we should work on it a little bit more.
Yes, I hope we know some designers. I'm sure that could happen.
Yeah. So I'm like making sure, like the so what happened is that it triggered republishing in terms of like getting it here, but not actually to the live site. So I'm publishing this so we can see it. But other than that.
Yeah, so that's what we were discussing earlier. Like that's your opportunity to decide where the moderation happens and how you want to take care of your data.
Yeah, and the same way that we've done this with reviews for product pages, you could do it with comments for blog posts or similar use cases.
Yeah, testimonials. We've seen people using it for testimonials.
Right.
Like those good things. It's like, oh yeah, I love this product. That could be one way of getting this data. I'll say the next. Oh, the refresh. Yes.
There we go.
Awesome. I'll say the next thing that's left to do, and we may not have the time to do that now, but it's to right now the form opens into a different tab, which is okay. But for a best experience, it's probably better if everything stays on the same website. And so we have an embed library that you can use to make it look like it's in the same.
Yeah. So instead of having this link here, you would be able to see the form on the page.
Yes, exactly.
So the experience would be much nicer for the users.
Exactly. And so if you're interested by this, we have an npm package, Typeform embed, and some of examples on how to do this in React, because Gatsby is using React. And you can use also the dynamic hidden fields as we just did. And you get to decide, how it looks like. Is it a pop-up that comes on the side? Is it inline? You have full control over that. Cool. All right. So that's been it's. Should we stop here, or do you want?
Yeah, I think that's what we wanted to showcase, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're pretty lucky. I didn't see anything that went too bad.
You mean apart from you not getting access to Contentful?
I mean, it's the type of things where I'll get an email afterwards. I was like, "Hey, you have access now." But yeah, that went very smoothly. So again, if you want to try this, we'll share a blog post as well in a couple of days when this video is out,
Right.
where you have all the different steps on how to reproduce it, with links to the different repos, so you can use it on your own repo. And we want to see what you build with this. I know it could be frightening to look at the Jamstack and all the different moving pieces, but I tell you, once you're on Stackbit and you do it live and you update with WYGTAP interface, then it looks easy.
Yeah, that's the idea, that we take care of the complexity.
Yeah, no, it's it's the tutorials. They always tell you so many tools, but this time, something is taking care for everything. So really thank you, Vanessa, for being with us. Thank you for being the first guest on this show. Hopefully next time you're here, we'll make the camera work.
Yeah. Sorry again about that. Yeah, thank you so much for proposing to do this session together. It's been a lot of fun.
And if people want to know more, where can they find you?
So I guess I'm Deep Bain on Twitter, or if you have questions about Stackbit, just shoot me an email at vanessa@stackbit.com.
Okay, perfect. And I'll add it here so people can see it.
There you go.
That's your Twitter handle, and that's your email address.
Yep.
Awesome. So thanks again. Next show will probably either be next week or the week after, and I don't know yet about what, but please, if you have any things that you want to hack together, send us a suggestion on the community forum, or directly via Twitter. You tell me. We'll be here. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.